Good afternoon. My name is Susan Hydro. I'm the Director of Graduate and Advancing Education at the College of New Jersey. And on behalf of my colleagues, George Heffel and Brittany Adelot, I would like to thank you for joining us this afternoon and welcome you to the College of New Jersey's pre-college webinar, Get an Edge, Stand Out from the Crowd. We are scheduled today to run from noon until 1 o'clock. We have lots of information to share with you about our Bonner Pre-College program and our Pre-College Academy series. We welcome your questions. There is a window that you can type your questions into on your screen, and we will try to answer them as we go, but we will certainly take time to answer those questions at the end. So again, thank you for joining us. One note, this session will be recorded, and we will follow up with you following the close of the webinar in the next day or two regarding that recording. We will start, and again, thanks for joining us. The College of New Jersey offers pre-college programming. TCNJ offers pre-college programs for high-achieving high school students, those seeking to explore careers, college readiness, and community engagement. We offer a place for those who are seeking an intellectually stimulating environment and for those who are interested in engaging directly with TCNJ's faculty and staff. First, we offer the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program. This is a residential experience, and it's offered in two different options. The first is a one-week non-credit college readiness program. You're going to hear more about these in a few moments. The second is a two-week credit-bearing course option, and we offer 3 courses. So you would choose one of those 3. These 2 options, the one-week non-credit and the 2-week credit-bearing, are not concurrent, so it is possible to enroll in both. These programs are intended for rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And then we offer a pre-college academy series. This is a daytime program and it's non-residential. These are non-credit courses designed for career and major exploration, and these are designed for rising freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. The Bonner Summer Pre-College Program, again, I talked about the 2 different versions, the non-credit and the credit-bearing. So the non-credit is being offered June 24th to 29th, and the credit-bearing 2-week programs are running July 8th through 20th. And you can see the 3 options. Again, you would choose one from among the 2-week credit-bearing courses. The first option is Sociology 101, Introduction to Sociology. Then we have History 177, 20th Century U.S. History, and Political Science 100, which is called Garden State. Each of these courses is worth 1 unit, which is the equivalent of 4 credits. The non-credit 1-week option cost is $1,700. There is a discounted rate if you're registered by April 25th, and that's $1,600. On the 2-week credit-bearing option, that cost is $3,722. And it's, as you can see, $3,572 if you're registered by April 25th. And you can see here some of the things that this cost includes: tuition, room and board, as again, the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program is residential. Mentored service experience, you can see some of the other items that are included in that cost. Again, the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program is designed for rising sophomores, juniors, seniors, but those who've been accepted to TCNJ for the fall can also apply if they'd like to get a jump start on exploring the college. Our application is available online on our website at precollege.tcnj.edu, and we're accepting complete applications through May 25th. In terms of what's required to apply, we require a letter of recommendation, which would be from a high school counselor, principal, or a teacher. This should be someone who knows the student well, should talk about the student's readiness for rigorous academic experience. And then we ask for a personal statement. We'd like to know from the student, in their own words, why they're interested in the program, why community service, as you'll hear, the Bonner Summer Pre-College program has a focus on community engaged learning, which is what we refer to as in terms of community service. They should talk about what they would bring to the program and what they would hope to get out of it. And then in addition, there is a requirement for an official high school transcript. There's a brief online application. Would take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete that form. And that again is available on our website at precollege.tcnj.edu. The recommendation and essay can be uploaded directly to the online application. The recommendation can be mailed or emailed to our office. The transcript must be mailed directly to our office from the school. If you have questions on this process, we can be contacted for that at the email address that you see on your screen, summer@tcnj.edu, and our phone number is 771-2369, area code 609. And we have the address here for where materials should be sent. And again, as I mentioned at the outset, this webinar is being recorded, so these slides will be available to you through that recording if you need to refer back to this information. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to change to Brittany Adelot, who is going to talk in more detail about the Bonner Summer Pre-College program.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad to be here today, and thank you, Susan, for our introduction. So I'm here to chat a little bit more about our Bonner pre-college programs, and we're going to go through them in detail, and again, feel free to ask questions as we go along. Susan already mentioned we have two program options. The first is our TCNJ Bonner Summer Pre-College program, which is July 8th to July 20th. It's 2 weeks. It's residential, and this is the one that has a credit-bearing college course connected. We'll do community service with the students, enrichment activities, and they will get that college life experience while on campus. Our second program is the 1 week residential program where we're going to explore college readiness, career exploration, also do community service, and they'll also get the college life experience by living on campus. So I'll talk a little bit more detail about both of these programs. Here's some pictures from previous summers of our 2-week residential program. So the courses for this summer are the same as the ones we've run in the past. So the first of those courses is our U.S. history course, 20th century history. It's a 2-week credit-bearing course that offers a concise overview of the United States in the 20th century. Our professor for this course is Professor Rob McGreevy. He's had a focus on Trenton in his own studies, and that makes for a really great opportunity for the students in the summer program that will do their volunteer work in Trenton during this block of time as well. The second course is our Sociology 101 course. It's a 2-week course as well. And the course will explore the intersection of biography and history. They'll learn the basic foundations of sociology. And again, our professor for this course, Diane Bates, has also spent a lot of time studying local sociology. So the students here will also serve in Trenton and be able to understand how their sociological concepts can be applied in those field placements. The next course is our Political Science 100 course, which is called Garden State. Has a focus on food and access to food and nutrition in New Jersey. The course is going to examine those environmental factors that have to do with New Jersey particularly, and then how that compares to the region, country, and global impact. Professor here is Eileen Hetty, and this class will really give a good introduction of a lot of different pieces of that environmental political science lens. So the next large component of our program is service. Here at TCNJ, we call it community engaged learning, and as Susan mentioned, other places might be called different, often service learning. And what's different than just regular community service and why we do this here at TCNJ is that it's really integrated into the learning of the course. As you heard me mention in the courses, the professors are really close to the work that we do outside of the classroom, and that really helps the learning inside of the classroom. So the first service site to talk about is the sociology and history courses will both be serving at the Academic Sports Academy summer camp. This camp is run by a partner of ours that we work with all year round. He runs a after school program for K-8 students as well, and the summer camp is for K-8 students. At the summer camp, the high school students would have the opportunity to get to know the kids and also lead some activities in the classroom while they're there. For the political science class, since the topic is a little different and they're going to focus on environment and food, they're going to serve at places like Meals on Wheels, the Trent Area Soup Kitchen, Mercer Street Friends Food Bank, the Capital City Farm, or the TCNJ Campus Garden that we host here. Last year, the students, it worked out where they had the opportunity to harvest vegetables at our campus garden and then go drop them off to the food bank for local patrons. The next piece of the program is our enrichment activities. While the program is really intensive in academics and service, we also like to do things for fun too. The students really leave the program with lifelong friends. They have the opportunity to really get to know the people that chose to do this program and may have some similar interests as they do. Some of these things we've done in the past. We've taken students to the first picture on that slide is in Philadelphia at Magic Gardens. It's a mosaic garden. That was a really great opportunity to learn a little bit about Philadelphia, and that's one of the books that the students are required to read. Tells them a little bit about the history there, and also just have some fun together. The second is from a team building activity, and so is the third, where they really do have, we focus on that opportunity for them to get to know each other. Other trips we've taken have included grounds for sculpture or to a local park just to kind of get out of the classroom for a little while. In the past, we've also had guest speakers from TCNJ admission or alumni from the program or from the community to really help the students have a well-rounded experience while they're here. And the final piece of the program is really that college life opportunity. Students really get a taste of the college life by living in the dorms, eating on campus, and learning how to manage their time, finding that really good balance between doing homework and having fun with friends at night. These are just a few examples of what a day in the life looks like in that 2-week credit-bearing program. That first Sunday, the students will move in, they'll do some icebreakers, and then we'll go through the program overview so that they're prepared for the week. A normal weekday, the students would depart for service in the morning, come back to TCNJ for lunch, go to class, and then the opportunity at night to participate in workshops, reflection activities to discuss what they're learning in service and in class, and then have that time at night for study hall. As I mentioned, we like to do some fun things on the weekend, so those are the days that we would find the time to maybe take a trip, or find larger blocks of time for students to work on their research assignments. All of the classes include the same long-term project where the students will have the opportunity to do some research and actually write a research paper that they will present on that final day where parents and families will be invited back to hear what they've learned. So for our second program, our 1-week residential non-credit bearing program is our TCNJ College Readiness and Community Service program. In this program, students will focus on both college and career readiness. For college readiness, the students will have the opportunity to write a college essay. We're going to complete those based on the common application prompts. They're going to have the opportunity to do some college exploration where they can sign up for surveys and talk to students about really what makes the best choices for pros and cons of their college opportunities. For career interest, we'll do a career interest inventory. They'll have an opportunity to take a survey and learn about what careers are available based on their interests and skills. And then they're going to be able to go through and see what the educational requirements would be for those careers that they're most interested in. In this 1-week program, we will also do community service and reflection. Participants will complete approximately 20 hours of service while they're in the program. We're going to do this a little different than the credit bearing. The students will really get a taste of multiple different types of service. We know what type of service many people do in high school, and we want to give the students an opportunity to see what service in college could look like. Reflection is really important to service. It's where students get the opportunity to really think about what they've learned through the experience. So we will make sure we're doing some learning and reflection each night around the service as well. This is just a slide of some student feedback from previous summers. Every student that really has gone through the program has had a different experience, but the students really, their takeaways depend on what they put into the program. So some students come in really focused on academics and they want to get the opportunity to learn what a college course might be like. And then that's what they were able to take out. So you see the second quote on this slide says, I got through 2 weeks of a college level course. It's definitely something to be proud of. And then some students come in really wanting the opportunity to make friends and work on that social side. And you'll see on many of the quotes here, the students really had the opportunity to get to know people in the program, both the other students and our staff. The staffing for the program, you'll also see on the slide that we have college students that also staff the program. We have our professional staff, but we also have college students that play a mentoring role. And it's a really good opportunity for some peer mentoring. And as we mentioned, feel free to ask questions throughout the whole presentation. But if you have any now, feel free to jump in. But in the meantime, I'm going to kick the presentation over to George, who's going to talk about our Academy series.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is George. Let me get set up here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is George Heffel. I'm the administrator for the Pre-College Academy series. The Pre-College Academy series is a fairly new program for TCNJ, and we're very excited about it. The goal is for students to have a 1-week experience and really have a career exploration and an idea of what it's like to be in a group of similar-minded students taught by TCNJ faculty. And that's one of the keys here, as on the slide. The Academy series is faculty-led. It's research and career exploration. It's not taught by graduate students, and it's not taught by undergraduates. Each Academy series does have undergraduate students to help the professors and faculty teach, and also to work with the students. The program is Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and they are all 1 week. Excuse me 1 second. The Pre-College Academy series is for rising sophomores and juniors who are interested in career exploration alongside a TCNJ faculty member. It's very specific in that it's really for a student who wants to meet like-minded students who are very curious, who are always asking questions, who really want to know the reasons behind why things work the way they do. They're going to experience the learning on our beautiful campus with like-minded peers who are interested in intellectual challenges. They're going to learn about undergraduate-based research, which is something TCNJ is unique for and very well proud of and known for, is that our undergraduates do work closely with faculty in doing research. And they're also going to learn how to highlight this experience on the college admissions process. We will have one of our admissions staff come in and talk to the students and family members on how to highlight these type of programs on their application. As we said before, the academic topics are taught by faculty. They are assisted by TCNJ undergraduate students. This is an image of Professor Matt Wound, who is part of the NSI program. He works in field biology. A typical day is going to include academic work, which usually takes place in the morning, career exploration, which will take place in the morning and the afternoon, and then we finish off each day with some small and large group collaborative activities and some fun time. The students are going to have breakfast and lunch. We do provide that in our recently renovated ICOF dining hall, just like a TCNJ student. The 3 programs we're offering this year are business simulation, NSI, natural sciences investigation, and vitalities exploration of health professions. And as you can see, they all take place June 25th through the 29th. So the goal is, although each student will be focused on the academy they're in and the career that they're interested in, they will have time together with students who are also studying other areas. And we do have an early registration. If people are registered by April 25th, the fee is discounted from $975 from $1,100. The application requirements, we require a letter of recommendation from a school council, a principal, or teacher who knows the students, and it should address their readiness for rigorous academic experience, and we do need a transcript as well. There is a brief online application. The application website is here on the side, precollege.tcnj.edu. Like Bonner, you can upload the letter of recommendation on our online application, or it can be sent via email or mail. The transcript should be mailed to our offices, and we're looking for complete applications by May 25th. This is my contact information, aspire@tcnj.edu, and my phone number. Those are directly to me. And then the address for the application materials can be mailed to the address here. And all this information is also on our website as well. And here is our contact information. I think, Susan, would you like me to turn it back over to you?
Yes, please, that'd be fine.
I think I did that successfully. I did.
Yes. Okay. So we are at a point now where we can take your questions. We have a few questions coming in, and maybe Britt, the first you can take. So, can I come home on weekends if I'm attending the 2-week program?
Sure, I'd be happy to answer that one. So we ask that students that are participating in any of our programs, our residential programs, that they stay for the entire program. This is for a few reasons, one of which is that there's a lot of content that we have crammed into that 2 weeks to make sure the students can take the most away from the program. We wouldn't want them to miss anything, even on the weekends that we have planned. Students in the past have also really benefited from that time getting to know people, and they miss out on some fun too. So that's one reason. Two, we really need to have consistent and clear rules in terms of where students are. We take it really seriously, and we want to make sure that we're keeping everyone safe, so we don't want people coming and going as they please. And this means we often suggest that students don't have their cars on campus so that we can ensure that. Obviously, if there's an emergency or special event, in the past we've worked with students and families to make some small exceptions for a couple hours if needed.
Okay, thank you. Another question is about how many students are in a class. So that can differ a little bit for the different programs, but we generally would say that the class sizes are kept small, which is in line with what's done at TCNJ for our undergrad courses. So generally speaking, our programs cap courses around 15. George, can you speak to circumstances where students may be in a lab and what limitations that may present?
Sure. For the pre-college academies, 15 is about the right number. The only way that would be modified is if, and particularly to the health sciences and the physical sciences, the size of the lab. We may go a lower number than 15 if there's the particular lab can't hold that a large amount of students.
Okay, thank you. Our class is taught by TCNJ faculty. So yes, TCNJ faculty are teaching these classes. We also have staff involved. And as was mentioned, there are TCNJ students who engage with participants in these programs. So they're working alongside TCNJ students as well. And Britt or George, did you want to add anything to that?
I can only say that the faculty that we've worked with for the last couple of summers, some of which from the very beginning of our programming, are wonderful. So it's a really great opportunity to get to know what it's like to have a college course.
Great, thank you. And George, here's a question. If you can please advise the difference between the NSI program and the Vitalities program.
Sure, great question. The NSI stands for Natural Science Investigations. So the two science areas that is focusing on are field biology and physics. And a lot of time will be spent either in the lab or outside doing environmental work. The health sciences focuses on exercise science, nursing, or public health. And both of those, as all our pre-college academies, they are linked to a particular school at the college. So the Vitalities is linked to the School of Nursing, Nursing, Health, and Exercise Science, and the NSI is linked to the School of Science.
Thank you. And another question, do a lot of participants apply or end up attending TCNJ? Britt, do you want to talk about what some of the past information has been on that?
Sure. So we've been running this program for, let's see, 2000, so about 8 years now. And students from that very first class graduated. From the very first class, we had about, I think, 6 students that enrolled in TCNJ and graduated a couple years ago. And every year we have students that absolutely do enroll in TCNJ after completing the program. That does not guarantee that you would be admitted to TCNJ. We have to make sure we're clear about that. But many students do apply to the program who are interested in coming to TCNJ, and many students do come to TCNJ. A number of the students also apply for our Bonner Community Scholars Program, and I even see students on campus from years ago that are still friends and talk to students that even if they didn't come to TCNJ, they're still in contact with. So the students remain very close, and a number of them do attend TCNJ.
Thank you. Okay, and another question regarding the essay, what the typical length would be for the essay for applications to the Bonner Summer Pre-College Program. And generally we would say they run from 1 to 2 pages, but it should again explain why the student is interested in attending, what that student feels he or she can bring to the program, and what he or she hopes to get out of that program. There should be an explanation included in that of why the student has interest in community engaged learning as well. But typically they run 1, sometimes up to 2 pages. Okay. And any other questions that you're seeing, Britt or George?
I don't see any more questions.
I don't see any more for this session either, but one we did get last webinar that I thought was a really good question to ask was if a student is looking to major in something that isn't particularly one of the courses that we have offered or academy series that we had offered, which would be the best fit. And what I would always explain to those students is that we picked a lot of the opportunities here to really give people a taste of college, but there's often a connection to one of these options that maybe doesn't seemingly fit. So the question we got last time was for an engineering student. And what I explained particularly about all pre-college courses is that engineering, depending on what you're interested in, actually has a lot of different connections to what we do. So does medicine. In medicine, you should really learn about the place that you're working, and about the people that live there, and about the environment, or about many different things that are connected to those majors. So I just encourage that if you don't see something particularly connected, that you still consider what the options are. And in terms of our credit-bearing courses, we did pick these courses because they're very transferable courses, and we've never heard of students having any issues transferring their credits to another school.
Thank you, Britt. Very, very true. And as was mentioned in the case of both programs, there are workshops included that are conducted by staff from our undergraduate admissions office, and they can also, in that time, speak to how to help you frame what your experience was in one of these programs as part of your college application process, whether it's to an application to TCNJ or to elsewhere. They can give you some suggestions on how to frame that experience. There was another question that came in, and that was whether an essay is required for the Academies program. George, do you want to take that?
Sorry, a little technical difficulty there. Yes, there is an essay required for the Pre-College Academy. It should be sent from or provided by someone who knows the student, preferably in an educational setting that can really talk about the student's dedication to academics, the dedication to the particular field of study or career they might be interested in, say, for instance, biology, excuse me, physics.
Excuse me, George, that would be the letter of recommendation, right?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. The letter of recommendation. Sorry about that.
So, and an essay is not required. The Academy.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties again, so I can barely hear you.
Okay, so just to clarify, an essay is not required of the Academy applicants, but a letter of recommendation is required from the Academy applicants. Okay. Okay, we are not seeing any other questions. Britt or George, did you have anything else that you'd like to add?
Not on my end. I thank you everyone for attending.
And I echo that from George.
Yes, thank you very much. We're glad you were able to spend some time with us this afternoon. And you have our contact information here. We're more than happy to answer any additional questions you may have. We know oftentimes that you think about those questions later once the session has ended. So please feel free to reach out with those questions. And we wish you a very nice afternoon. And again, thanks for joining us.